Hello, I'm Nicola from Harris Chambers, and today I'm joined by Dr. Ben Belavsky and Dr. Kristina Sakas Katz from Rosen Orthodontics. We're going to have a quick chat about their practice, some top tips for brace wearers, and the importance of a great work culture. Hi, Ben and Kristina.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks for your time today. Can we start off? Great, me too. Can we start off with a little overview of Rosen Orthodontics and the services you provide?
Yeah, absolutely. So as mentioned, I'm Ben and this is Kristina, and we provide all things orthodontics related in our two offices. We've got one in Highland Park, Illinois, and one in Buffalo Grove, Illinois, and we have a lot of fun there.
Perfect, excellent. So how long have you guys been practicing in Rosen Orthodontics? Tell us a little bit about the history of the business.
It was actually my mother, Jacqueline Rosen, who started the business over 30 years ago.
Wow.
And she successfully on her own built out both office locations, one in Buffalo Grove and one in Highland Park, as Ben mentioned. And fortunately, I was able to grow up in these offices, and I developed a fascination for orthodontics right off the bat. I think one of the first things that drew me to it was the energy and fast-paced nature of the office. As well as the connections that I saw my mother and her team making with the patients, and immediately knew that that was something that I wanted to be a part of.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So 30 years, and wow, your mother's pretty incredible. That's amazing. And Ben, when did you start in the practice?
So, for me, it's a relatively similar story. So Dr. Rosen actually treated me 25-ish years ago now or so. So I was a little preteen, being seen in the office. I had an expander, I had some braces, and I really fell in love with orthodontics at that point because I saw absolutely how life-changing it became. And I came up to her one day, and this was for like a retainer check many years later, and I said, I'd love to learn a little bit more. And she said, okay, come next week, you're starting. And
wow.
Boom, right off the bat, I started same thing, working in the lab, working at the front, doing assisting, worked my way through college and dental school and residency, and it was just a seamless transition, and now Kristina and I get to work together.
Yeah. Well, here we are.
That's perfect. So I see from a little bit of research that you guys were one of the first practices in the Midwest to provide in-brace. So that's a lingual brace, right?
Yes, it is.
Could you explain what it is and how it came about?
Yeah, in-brace is a lingual appliance, just like you said. The brackets go on the back of the teeth. I actually have an awesome model here that I can show you real quick. These are the braces on the back of the teeth. And in-brace is unique in that it's a completely digital process from diagnosis all the way to the customization of the appliance. So, for example, we have a patient come in who's interested with in-brace, and we design their perfect smile and healthy bite using this software. High-level technology determines the quickest pathway for the tooth from its initial position to its final position in your smile. in-brace designs a custom smart wire to accomplish those tooth movements that we create in the computer. And that wire clips right into the back of these brackets.
Oh, wow.
So I was fortunate to do my residency training at University of Southern California, where I actually learned in-brace from its creators. Not only that, I was actually one of their early patients. So I got to learn in-brace from the clinical perspective, but also what it's like to be on the other side of things. So I think that makes me an even better provider today. I know what to expect and also understand the appliance quite well. And it's really, really amazing. I think our patients like it mostly because, of course, it's invisible, but it gives you those results right away. And people love that. Nobody has to know you have braces unless you really want to share that with them.
Yeah, so that's amazing. Perfect.
It's the technology of today in orthodontics. It's really quite amazing.
So speaking of straight teeth, could you guys give us maybe 3 health benefits of having a straight smile? Are there any things that having a lined smile can do for your health?
Yeah, the things that I think are the top 3 that I can think of, number one, I'd say it's psychosocial. We're oftentimes dealing with adolescents and teenagers, and they're going through a period in their lives where a lot of their self-image and their identity is being formed. And, nowadays with how things just are in society, cosmetic appearance of the smile is important. So the psychosocial benefits are just boundless. Additionally, there is something that we consider called function over time. So if somebody has a bite that's very deep, where their top teeth are covering their bottom teeth and their bottom teeth are chewing into the roof of their mouth, over time, that's not going to be a healthy thing. So that's something that we resolve. So it's not that orthodontists just line up teeth and make them look pretty, we're also creating functional, healthy, stable occlusion, the way that the bite fits together. And,
I think we mentioned
hygiene. I think hygiene would be a good one.
Hygiene,
if somebody's teeth are really overlapped over one another, it's really hard to brush them. It's really hard to floss them. And just aligning the teeth allows for hygiene to be kind of more accessible.
Perfect. Yeah. So there's a lot of reasons, not just the aesthetics to align your teeth for long-term health, tooth health. Okay.
Yeah, function and stability are really important.
Aesthetics is probably the least important part of what we do. I think it's valuable to all of our patients, but we take pride in the long-term effects.
The long-term ones. Perfect. So what are some of the big mistakes people make when they get braces? For example, are there any golden rules they should live by or any big no-nos?
I'm not sure if I would really say that, patients in braces make big mistakes, but I would say, that there are some foods along the way that need to be avoided. And there's definitely a little bit of a learning curve with that process. And the reason we avoid those foods are they just damage the braces and wires and, ultimately set the patient back in treatment. So golden rules are we got to steer clear of the sticky, chewy, gooey, gunky foods. No caramel, no taffy, no bubble gum, Starburst, now and later's, things like that.
Hard pizza crust.
Yes, hard foods, really crunchy foods. We got to steer clear from those too. Hard granola bars, nuts, hard candies, things of that nature. We can also modify some foods to make them more accessible to braces, such as cutting our apple into slices or cutting the kernels of corn off the cob. Really, if you're thoughtful and mindful about what you're eating, I don't think anybody really suffers along the way.
Yeah, so you can eat almost a completely normal diet if you're just a little bit mindful of.
Absolutely. And with the learning curve, it takes just a couple of days to overcome.
Yeah. So since your slogan is nothing but smiles, I wanted to move on to a couple of fun questions. Okay. So I saw on your Instagram page, Ben, that you're an avid chef or a chef dentist.
I try.
Kristina, Ben tells me that you are the real foodie. You are the top foodie in Rosen Orthodontics. So I wanted to know if you had any advice on meal choices for people who are wearing braces, or if you just have some types of foods that you really wanted to tell us your favorite recipe.
Yeah. Really the sky's the limit when it comes to food. The first couple of days, maybe there's going to be some soreness, so some getting used to. So, I tell my patients, you're not going to want to have a well done steak tonight. Not that you'd want to anyhow, but tonight's not the night to experiment with ruining your steaks. You're going to have some softer foods tonight.
Okay.
Some soup or some pasta, things like that. Even things like a portobello burger, if you're looking for something that has a little bit more protein. Those things are all fine, but realistically, you can have more or less whatever you want to if you're staying within the confines of avoiding really sticky or really crunchy foods. It's just kind of tempering your own expectations in terms of, tonight I wanted to have a steak. Well, then don't have your braces put on today.
Exactly.
Maybe it takes a week or two to get used to things and, generally with the softer food diet. But like Ben said, sky's the limit. A couple additional foods I could think of off the top of my mind might be, a slow cooked meat, sandwiches on softer bread. Some breakfast foods to name could be, eggs, oatmeal, smoothies, yogurts.
Just a few.
There's so many foods. Our patients are not suffering when they're in braces.
No, not at all.
Everything that is truly nutritious to your body, you can find a way to make that work.
So you guys also seem like you've created a really fun, inclusive work environment, a place to work. So what kind of activities do you do to maintain that sense of fun and family in the office?
Oh gosh, we have, when our patients start treatment, they join our rewards program. They get a little rewards credit card. Every time they come in for their appointments, they can present to the front desk and collect points. You get more points if you show up for your appointments, wear your rubber bands, keep your teeth clean. And those points can be cashed in for gift cards, which is really fun.
Yeah.
We also have monthly contests that tend to have, a theme with the month or the holiday, and usually pretty awesome giveaways that go along with those monthly contests. We try to keep it really fun for our patients in office, but, we're also really present in the communities. And I would say, primarily with the park districts, but also the school districts and just general community events, because we want everyone to know in the community that not only are we dedicated to individual health of our patients, but also community health. So we participate in Buffalo Grove and Highland Park, but also the surrounding communities as well.
Wow. So I wanted to touch a little bit on more on the culture within Rosen Orthodontics, because it's something that struck me that you guys have a great work environment, a great culture. So as we mentioned earlier on, Rosen Orthodontics has been in the business for over 30 years, which is no mean feat. Do you think there's a connection between a great work environment and a long-lasting business? Or what do you think your secret to longevity is?
I mean,
100%.
yeah, for sure. For sure, having a positive work environment affects those things. It's as much a factor of who we are as business owners, who we are as providers, who we are as, bosses.
Mm-hmm.
But we try to take the approach of everybody in our team is a member of the team. It's not that Kristina and I walk through the door and say, okay, we're at the top of the totem pole, do what we say. We do not do that. Everybody is an important member of our team. Everybody is an equal member of the team. Everybody has input that's important, and we take everything like that seriously. So apart from treating everybody with the respect that they deserve as intelligent and capable individuals, we also treat them to fun outside of the office because we want them to associate work as a positive experience also. It's no fun coming into a job and not liking the job. We don't want that to be the case. So, outside of treating our patients well, we treat our staff well too. We treat our team well. We just had our holiday party. We had a blast. Everybody had a great time. We try to have quarterly outings if we can for team building. Pre-pandemic, we do lots of sporting events. Now with things, it's, a little bit of a more closer knit thing for us. But, we try to make it so that people enjoy spending time with one another too. We build it up to be a family. We spend more time with them than we spend with our actual spouses sometimes.
Daily, we have morning meetings, and I think the purpose of that is to check in with each other, but also, of course, to, discuss the day and what we can do to make the day best for our patients. But we also go out to lunch and just truly enjoy each other's company all the time. That's not something we have to schedule. It's just, when we have an opportunity, we want to spend time together.
Yeah.
And in orthodontics, maybe more than even other aspects of dentistry, the team is critical. I think so much of what we do and the service that we provide to our patients would not be possible without each and every member of our team. And we want them to feel as though they are critical elements of the journey. So, everybody's empowered to share their opinions, their input, and to know that those are valuable to us. And I think we've done a great job of creating an environment that feels good, not only to us, but to our team.
Definitely. It's the first thing that struck me when I was getting to know you guys and what you guys do, your practice. So thank you very much. Before we wrap up, I wanted to ask if you could let us know where people can find you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, our physical locations, we've got one in Highland Park and one in Buffalo Grove. In Highland Park, we're at 1866 Sheridan Road, up on the 3rd floor, 312, which is the Chicago area code. In Buffalo Grove, we're at 355 West Dundee Road. On the 2nd floor, it's Suite 215. We have a website, jrosenortho.com. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. You can Google us, we'll pop right up.
I can confirm. Well, thank you so much, guys, for your time today. And I hope you have a great day.
Thank you.
You as well. Thank you for your time.
You.